The Chevy Rock and Roll 400 ongoing for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Richmond International Raceway, 135 laps to go. David Ruderman is the race leader. And then next week, it begins. 10 races, 1 champion. The chase for the Sprint Cup begins with race number 1 in New Hampshire. Our coverage presented by GoDaddy.com. 1 Eastern Time, ABC next Sunday. Who's it going to be next week, and who's it going to be when those 10 races are upholding the big trophy? David Ruderman has put a gap on second place Mark Martin, some 3 1/3 seconds from the leader back to second. Let's update some of these drivers that are running up front right now, starting with Jamie.
Well, you know, they always talk about that momentum thing, Alan. And last week, David Ruderman had the best finish he's had in his career. Finished 9th at Fontana. I think that really gave his team a spark. Now, today didn't start off so great. They took 2 tires on that first stop. It set them back quite a bit. So that last stop, when most of the field came in, they stayed out. It was all about track position, guys. And David hasn't said a word since. Dave?
Jamie, Mark Martin stayed out last time as well. The last time he came in, we really didn't have a lot to complain about with the car, just bad traffic, made a wedge adjustment and 4 tires. But again, on this last stop, they did stay out for track position. Mike?
Dave, talking with Greg Zipadelli, crew chief for Tony Stewart this morning, he said today's race is going to be a crapshoot. He really did not know what to expect because he felt like they were better set up for a night race. Well, the car has come to life. It's very good, and certainly Tony in a good position to end a 39-race winless streak, the longest of his career. Dave?
And Martin Truex Jr. running in the 4th position, recovering from that earlier spin with Sam Hornish. They took on just 2 tires the last time they stopped. That was not the last caution. They stayed out as well. And they took a spring rubber out of the right rear of that car. He had been quite loose, Jamie.
And behind him, Regan Smith again stayed out for that track position. He's leading the Rookie of the Year point standings. You know that's always key here. But Michael McDowell, that's been behind him now for the last few laps, is battling him for the Rookie of the Year position as well. But Regan Smith, for a second, go back. This guy's best finishes in his career have been on short track races. His last coming 14th at Bristol, so we got to keep our eye on him. Now Michael McDowell right behind him, as I mentioned, going for Rookie of the Year as well, battling with his teammates for Michael Waltrip Racing. Not saying a whole lot, guys. They got to the front, and it's all focused right now. Behind him, Jeff Burton's been riding around. He's been top 6, 7, 8 the entire race. Remember, he has clinched a spot in the chase, so he's just having fun, trying new things, trying to get that car to turn better for next week's race at Loudon. Shannon?
Yeah, Dale Jr., the car is really tightening up through the turns for him. He also says that those rear tires are spinning through those turns. You can see Jr. hugging that wall. He has been up top all race long. In practice, Tony Eury Jr. told me that they actually worked the bottom of the race. He said if we're good there, we can be good on the top. And that's where they were hoping it would be a little less tight. Not happening right now. Mike?
Well, Shannon, for those of us who were standing on the sideline or watching on TV a week ago, it was easy to assess the strength of the 48 team. They looked dominant in California. So when I asked Chad Knaus this morning if they were peaking, I was a little bit surprised by his answer. He said, I hope we're not peaking. There's a lot of room for improvement. In fact, last week he felt like they could have improved upon their setup. That was his same feeling here this week, but he feels like they're pretty well set up for the chase. He's got all their cars lined up for these 10 races. It feels like this team is going to be tough to beat. Just trying to add some bonus points to the fold here this afternoon, Shannon.
Now, Mike, Denny Hamlin restarted 15th. Of course, he came down and took 2 tires. You know this hometown boy wants to go to victory lane here at Richmond more than anything. The car has been loose for him all day. When he restarted back in 15th, very aggravated, wanted to make his way to the front, and right now that's what Denny Hamlin's working on. Dave?
Shannon, Casey Mears has moved up to the 11th position. They actually came down pit road on that last stop. A 4-tire change for Casey. All day, the car has been tight on him at the start, and then the last few stops, no changes to the car. He says, my only complaint, all this traffic out here. Doc, I don't think that's going to end anytime soon.
Thanks, guys. Those cars back in the pack, mixing it up a little bit. You watch the 5 car of Casey Mears trying to continue to move in on the 00. Michael McDowell. Can't say enough about McDowell and the effort he has put forth for Michael Waltrip Racing today. But the guy that's really pulling away is the other Michael Waltrip teammate, David Ruderman, in this 44 car. Now a 4-second lead over Mark Martin. David Ruderman has not had a top 10 finish at this racetrack in his career. In 3 visits here, his best finish was 13th. If he continues, he's certainly going to improve on that significantly here today. Back in a moment.